I'm Tori.
And I'm Karen.
But we just call her Mom.
And this is your comfort coming of age podcast.
For all the times that you just need to call your mom.
We talk about everything from how to host a dinner party to what books we're reading and current events to do you just ever feel old enough?
This podcast is how to adult from two perspectives with lots of family banter along the way. So join us as we navigate life for the very first time and as my mom and I grow up together. This podcast is for everyone, whether you have a great relationship with your mom or a strained relationship, maybe you're missing a relationship, your mom might have passed. My mom is now your mom, and she's all of our mom. And this is for when you just need to call your mom. Hi, Mom.
Hi, Tor.
Wow.
Here we are.
We're back.
We're back.
And we're in matching Stride merch.
Of course, the new Stride merch. Have to grab it.
Yeah, no, we, honestly, maybe that's one of the best parts of owning the studio is we get the first dib at.
Definitely the most fun. Yeah, getting it all before the general public gets it.
Yeah, which is really fun. And I love this. It says stride down the shore. And then on the back it says love you to stride and back.
It's very cute.
It's so cute.
I love the color though.
Me too.
It's a great color.
Yeah, we've never done like a burnt color like this. And I love it.
Yeah. Great color.
Thanks. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome.
Oh, we have so much to catch up on.
As always.
You left the beach yesterday.
I did. I had to go home just overnight. Frankie had a haircut this morning, a grooming appointment, which we love our groomer. She's been with us through 4 dogs over 25 years. I didn't want to cancel on her. So,
and we love the haircut she gives Frankie.
Oh yeah. That's why it's worth the drive home for her. Yeah.
I love when he gets his haircut.
Yes.
I love it. So, he got his haircut and my mom went home for it.
Yes.
And when you came back, I had things that like I wanted to talk about, like pickleball yesterday, and I want to hear about ACOTAR. But I was like, wait for the pod.
That's right.
So there's a lot that I'm waiting to hear.
Yeah, we have to catch up with each other because I was gone, didn't see you for a couple days. You were busy. So
start with ACOTAR. I want to hear about it.
Okay, so I've been doing my walk every morning.
And you've been really consistent. You've done it every day.
I missed one day last week, Tuesday or Wednesday of last week. I missed one day because something else was going on. And I was like, that's fine. I can walk every other day. No big deal. But I've been doing it every day. And for at least an hour, I've hit well over 10,000 steps every day.
That's awesome.
Which is great.
And you feel good?
I feel great, but I'm definitely not stepping on a scale anytime soon because that will mess me up.
Yeah.
Just will mess me up.
But anyway, great routine, and that's what matters.
Yeah, so I'm happy with that. But ACOTAR, it's been really, really fun having that to listen to. Like that really gets me out the door, because even though I'm walking on the beach and it's beautiful every day, I'm doing the same track every day. It can get boring. You can only look at the same waves so many times, or the same houses so many times, or whatever. But honestly, having that in my ears and knowing like, oh, there's a good part of the book, I'm really looking forward to this walk, has been getting me out the door.
That's really exciting.
So yeah. And a couple of weeks ago when I started doing it, I was like, this is going to take me forever. Well, I guessed it would take me about 2 weeks to finish, and I finished ACOTAR today. So, and I started a quart of, what's the next one? Mist and Fury.
I think so.
I think it's the second one. I started that today, only got through chapter 1 of that one, but I finished the first book. Absolutely loved it.
You did.
I did. And it was starting out slow. It definitely does start out slow. There's a whole lot of background or whatever, but I loved it. It was really good.
Yay. I want to read it.
Or just listen to it.
Yeah, or listen.
Okay. Well, here's the thing too.
Tea.
Yeah. Okay. So a couple of weeks ago, I thought I could get them on Audible. I thought they were free, and then I was wrong. They weren't free. They were only available to listen to for free until the end of May, and I had missed that window. So if I want to listen to them after May on Audible, I would have had to buy them, plus pay for the Audible subscription. So I was like, okay, this is getting expensive. And then on Spotify, with a premium, we have a premium membership, so you can get 2 books per month free downloaded on your Spotify.
Is that it? I thought it was 15 hours a month.
Oh, okay. Well, that's what it turns out to be, 15 hours a month.
Oh.
Because, yes, I probably listened to 11 hours of ACOTAR or whatever. And then when I was driving home yesterday, I put on a different audiobook.
Ooh.
And it cut off in the middle of a chapter and it wouldn't let me listen anymore. And I was like, what the heck is that? So when I got home, I tried to put it on again. Like, what happened to the book? I didn't think I downloaded just a sample, blah, blah, blah. No, I had exceeded my 15 hours of listening for the month. So then it said, if you want to keep listening to your audiobooks, you have to buy another 10 hours for $12.99.
Which is crazy.
Which is a lot.
It's a lot of money.
Yeah, I was like, if I'm paying $12.99 for 10 hours of listening, I'll go back to Audible.
Right.
And pay for the subscription because I'm definitely using it enough.
Right.
So I did go back to Audible and I downloaded, I had already downloaded the ACOTAR book. So I was able to finish that on Audible. Like I had it already in my library so I could finish that. So then I bought the next one. So I'm doing it on Audible now.
Okay.
Instead of Spotify because I ran out of room.
And is there a big difference in the plot? Is it a different reader?
Nope. Exactly the same reader.
That's nice.
Yes. One thing I did notice, though, from book 1 to book 2, it's the same reader in both. And I really did like her voice. I thought she did very well with her accents and intonations to make each character slightly different. But in book 2, she's saying people's names slightly differently.
Really? Like who?
Like in the first book, she said resand all the time. And now she's saying resand.
Interesting.
And one of the evil fairies, who's that now? I think the Naga, and now she's saying Naga.
Interesting.
And I'm like, oh, okay. So I don't know. Maybe the author got to her and said, "This is how it's supposed to be."
I would imagine that. Yeah.
But to go through the whole first book, like that's now what I thought it was. Now she started saying it differently. I don't know.
That's interesting.
Maybe that's just me.
No, I mean it's valid.
Yeah. Anyway, but I really did enjoy the book.
That makes me so
liked
excited.
It a lot. I liked it a lot.
And you're just crushing your ACOTAR walks.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're so awesome.
Oh, thanks.
You're
no,
welcome.
I'm not that awesome. I'm really enjoying it. I'm having fun getting out the door.
And I also
every
have
day.
to say, for people that like want to get into routines but worry about how others will react to their routines, like I remember when I read the book The One Thing, the author talks about like people will adjust to you being unavailable during a certain amount of time if you're committing to something.
Absolutely.
Like now when I text my mom in the morning, I don't know what time she goes on her walks because I'm normally at the studio, so I don't know when she leaves and comes back. But if I text her, I'm used to getting like a pretty immediate response. And now when she doesn't answer, I like understand that she's on her walks and she'll answer when she's done. And the world has kept turning.
That's right. Yeah, that's when the cell phones are horrible for that.
Yeah, like I was listening to, I think I was talking about this a little bit last week, a Rich Roll podcast with Cal Newport, and he doesn't have social media, but he's like a really great author and he's a professor and all this sort of stuff. And he has actually a book about email and like why it's just horrible and like what you can do instead of email and whatever, blah, blah, blah. And that was a big topic of their conversation. It's just like, if phones make you so accessible,
oh yeah, it's
when
bad.
you shouldn't be that accessible to people at all times.
I know. And I know you get tired when Daddy and I say, oh, well, when we were kids. And I used to hate it when my mom did that too. But that's one of the hugest differences for us is you had a house phone. That was it. On the kitchen wall. If you were lucky, you had an extension of the same number in your bedroom where you could talk, quote unquote, privately until someone else picked up the phone and said, I need to make a call. Get off your phone.
Right.
You know, you had one. That was it.
Yeah, that is really nice.
And getting, when you met somebody or made a friend or if you were dating or whatever, and you give them your house phone, knowing full well that your dad might answer the phone when this boy calls to talk to you.
Well, I had a childhood with a house phone. I didn't have a cell phone.
You did not.
Like
not
when
in
we
your
got our
dating
no,
years,
not
though.
in dating years.
Yeah.
Like when we got remember when we would get our teachers in the mail?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then
you would
we
call
would call
everybody.
everyone.
Yeah.
I remember calling like, I'm Mrs. Wilson. Who did Brisa have for homeroom?
Right.
Or who did Brisa get for third grade?
Right. Oh,
Who's
yeah.
your teacher?
Ours were printed in the newspaper.
That's so wild.
Each class list was in the newspaper, and like the end of summer, you were just chomping at the bit to get to the newspaper.
Yeah, that was so exciting getting your teacher. And then
Yeah.
like you would call and sometimes their friends wouldn't get their teacher yet. So you were like, call
yeah.
me when you have it.
Yeah. So true.
That was a really fun memory. But yeah, phones are just so wild. So when like you don't answer me, I know it's because you're on your walk. There's also a few employees that I know that aren't fast at answering. And every time I text them, I'm like, I'll probably hear back sometime tomorrow.
Right.
And it's...
Which is...
No, it's fine.
It should be okay.
No,
yeah.
It's more than fine. And what I'm trying to say is people adjust
That's
really,
true.
really quickly.
That's true.
So like when you're on like I know you're on your walks in the mornings. And
Yeah.
some of those girls, when I go to text them, like, I just know I won't hear back. So just hopefully it's not urgent, which it never is.
Yeah. And Daddy's very good with it too. Like he doesn't care. I mean, he's sitting in his chair doing his work with his coffee, and Frankie's laying at his feet. Like he doesn't mind. So it's easy for me to say, everything's under control here. I'm out, you know?
Yeah.
And I can just disappear for, it's been about anywhere between 60 minutes and 75 minutes each walk.
It's been awesome.
It's been great.
How many miles is it normally?
It's like 3.5 miles.
Nice. You're a fast walker.
No, I'm walking much slower now.
Oh.
Yeah, when I first started out, I was making sure I was like, I got to cover 4 miles and
4 miles?
Yeah. And
in an hour?
In an hour and 10 minutes.
That's fast.
Yeah. And so now I'm like, 20-minute miles plenty. You know, I'm good.
That's like what I walk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's fine. And I'm not trying to break a world record. I'm not going for speed. I'm just listening to my book.
And you're rocking it, Mom.
Yeah. And it's fun. And I did walk today, but I was at home. So I walked on pavement with sneakers as opposed to like on the beach in my bare feet. And I got to say, I really missed the beach. So
yeah,
looking forward to tomorrow.
A phrase that the girls told me about this past weekend, and they got it from Bran Flakes. Do you know who he is?
No.
He's a TikToker from Philly, and he comes down to like the Jersey Shore a lot.
Okay.
Anyway, he has
his name is Bran Flakes?
I think his name is Brandon.
Oh.
But I don't know. But everyone
Flakes.
just calls him Bran Flakes.
Okay.
That's his username.
Don't know.
He has a phrase or something. They were telling me it, so I'm probably saying it wrong. But they were saying like whenever he asks his friends to go out or do anything summery and they say no, he always says, okay, winter's coming. And I just been thinking about that a lot. So when you're like, yeah, I had to walk at home, like on the pavement instead of on the beach, it's like winter's coming.
I know.
We got to soak up the beach walks.
I know. And I've already been stressing about that.
Me
like,
too.
Enjoying my barefoot walks where I'm earthing or grounding and hoping that's good for me or whatever. I'm like, what am I going to do at home when I only have pavement?
Life is just so much better here. We need to move to Florida. Everyone here lives in Florida in the winter, and everyone's so happy and tan.
I don't love Florida. There's really big bugs and alligators and
I think we could find somewhere nice. So I've never been anywhere in Florida other than Orlando. So to me...
For real?
For real.
Well, you're going in...
Yeah, I'm going to Eras in Miami.
Yeah, and you're going to stay in Fort Lauderdale, right?
I don't know.
Oh, you're going to love Fort Lauderdale.
I don't know if that's where we're staying.
Okay, well, you'll
Either
love that
way,
area.
I like, based on Orlando, yeah, I don't love Florida.
Orlando's not it.
Orlando. Have you seen Book of Mormon?
Yes.
That's
yes.
in the...
I don't remember. But...
Orlando.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, so maybe we just have to go
Other
explore
places.
Florida. Yeah.
We do have a friend, a former neighbor that has a house in Florida that she Airbnbs out. So we could certainly go stay at her place.
We could also go to Jupiter with Fitty.
Yeah, he's in West Palm now.
Oh.
But
means nothing to me.
Well, yeah, it's just a little bit away from not
Remember
far.
the other day, Dad was like, do you remember my friend Fitty?
What?
Like,
to you?
Yeah, you were there too. You were like, what? You had this exact same reaction.
How many wines had I had?
A lot.
Yeah, I don't remember
Yeah,
that
he goes,
conversation.
you remember my friend Fitty? I said, are you kidding me?
Of course.
Of course I know Fitty.
How many friends do you have named Fitty?
We had pretty eventful weekends.
We did. It was a fun weekend.
It was a fun weekend. Tell us what you did.
Well, let's see. Friday, we went out to we never go out.
Mm-mm.
You know what I mean?
Me either.
But like, I know. You went out.
We all went out.
It was crazy. Crazy talk. Yeah, Daddy and I don't bother. Like, we'll go up the street for a drink and a beer and an appetizer or something. But we don't go to the bars at happy hour time or whatever. It's usually too crowded. But it's early enough in the season that I don't feel so whatever. Anyway, we went out on Friday night. We had fun. We went out for happy hour, went to 2 different bars, and then we came home. And, oh, no, I guess we ate out there. And then Saturday night, we decided to order in after a full day of beach and whatever on Saturday. So we ordered in some seafood, had ourselves a little seafood feast with too much wine. And he drank more. He's really into the spicy margaritas now.
He is?
Oh, yeah. That's all he wants to drink. So, yeah, I kept making him spicy margs. And we had some wine, a lot of wine. And then poor Ashley was here.
Ashley's 19.
Yeah.
So she can't come out to
yeah,
the bars
so she
with
wasn't
us.
out at the bars with you. So she was here at the house. And we were like, Ashley, well, you can hang out here with us. Do you want some shrimp? You know, we're eating seafood. She's like, no, I'm good. But I'll come outside. So she hung outside with us. And we were just idiots. Poor Ashley. God bless her. It's almost when she was moving down here.
Yeah.
And you had said to me, her mom might want to talk to you, you know, to make sure there's an adult in the house or whatever. I kept thinking, I think she should talk to you instead of us, because we're not the mature ones here. You are. You're the one who doesn't go out and drink and all that sort of stuff. And then this weekend, you're out drinking.
Well, I wasn't drinking.
No, you weren't drinking.
But I was
you were
out.
out. 2 nights.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Craziness.
2 nights. It was fun. And then what'd you do Sunday?
Yeah, Sunday we had a good Sunday fun day. We took the boat out with some neighbors, Joe and Ann. They came with us on the boat, their first time on the boat, and we drove south to the Lazy Bass in Wildwood, had some drinks, watched the Phillies game because the Phillies were in England, so the games were on a weird time.
Isn't that because Chase
No, it's not because of that.
wanted that to happen?
No, other teams have.
Chase Utley?
Yes, I know he lived over there. I don't know if he still lives there, but he did live there.
Yeah.
No, other teams have played over there in other years. This year just happened to be the Phillies and the Mets. I don't know.
I don't know why they do that. Like, and football does it too. Like, keep it in the U.S. Like,
Right.
we want the games here.
Yeah. The thing I find amazing, though, and I did see this on social media this week, I guess, just because I always like all the Philadelphia sports stuff that comes up on TikTok and everything. But when people show clips of the Phillies playing games these days, it's like it's June and the crowd is packed and standing and screaming and cheering like it's June. And that was in London. Like, this wasn't even their own country, and the stadium is packed and everybody's cheering. Like,
Oh, that's cool.
they're just so much fun to watch right now.
Yeah, they are.
And I know the Yankees are doing fantastic, and the Orioles are doing really well, and the Dodgers are doing really well. Like, then the Phillies are doing, like, it's really fun when your home team is doing really well.
The Phillies are fun right now.
Yeah, they're just a fun team, and they're really fun to watch. So anyway, so we went to the bar, and the Phillies game was on at the bar, so we watched that. And then we took the boat back up. We stopped at Buckets, but there was no open dock.
Nowhere to dock.
Yeah. So we puddled around for a minute, and then we're like, forget it. So we came back home, let Frankie out, and I was prepared to just be in for the night. And then Daddy said, "Oh, Dave and Tina called. They're in town because Sarah, one of your instructors, is here, and so they're visiting her." So we went out and met them out, and then we came home and ate, and then we went for ice cream. Like, we had a great Sunday fun day.
And did you get your chocolate peanut butter?
Of course.
And what did Dad
at
get?
Scoops. He got black raspberry.
Did he like?
He did.
I want to get ice cream tonight. Like,
Okay.
after we eat dinner. I definitely want to go.
And Frankie got a pup cup.
Oh my God. Yeah. The video we will post. We actually have a lot to post of Frankie this week because
he had a photo shoot.
He had a photo shoot. We'll put it on the Instagram. Him with the pup cup and the photo shoot.
Yeah. Ashley.
And he got a haircut. Like, he's just living.
He is. He's had a great week.
Well, we'll post so it's not his haircut. Well, maybe we'll get a picture of the haircut and put it in the pictures. But
I needed a before and after. I should have. He looks like Oscar the Grouch from Sesame Street.
Well,
like
everything
before.
that
He's
you guys
just
are seeing
shaggy
is the
and fluffy.
before.
I know.
Yeah.
He's just crazy. But anyway. So yeah, it was a fun week. It was a fun day.
Yeah, it was a fun weekend. Friday I went out. I went to O'Donnell's Poorhouse is like such a great bar down here, and half of like Stride works there. So that's really fun.
The new outdoor place.
And they just put in a new outdoor deck patio. I don't know what they're calling it. I think the deck.
Patty Screen.
I know, but like the workers are like, oh, the deck. I don't know. I guess the green. I'll just call it Patty's Green. Mm-hmm. So we went out there. It was really fun.
If it's for eating, you're right. It's just the deck. But if you're at the bar part, that's Patty's Green. That's like separate entrance.
Okay. So we went to the green.
Okay. Got it.
And that was really fun. And then Lindsay and I left at like, I don't know, 8 or something. And she wanted to go see what the other bars were looking like. So we walked past the OD. Dead. No one was in there. So
too early.
So then we went onto the promenade and maybe this was 9 because it was dark.
Okay.
And we went onto the promenade and she's like, do you just want to go for a walk? And I was like, yeah. So we went on a Taylor Swift walk. We just played TTPD on my phone and just like walked for an hour and a half just around the town of Sea Isle.
Oh, nice.
Like listening to it. And then we went back to the bar and that was fun. And then we left and then came back here. And we put on, I think we watched Bye Sister and fell asleep.
Okay.
Do you know what Bye Sister is?
I don't.
Okay. Yes, I think you do. Bye Sister, it happened when we were in Idaho for Maddie's graduation in May of 2019.
Wait, there's a thing?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, this is a thing.
Okay, what?
You know who James Charles is?
Yeah.
Of course. Do you know who Tati Westbrook is?
Yes.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, that battle?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know it was a document. I didn't know that.
Yeah, no, that's like a thing.
I knew that was a thing. I didn't know they had made a show about it.
Oh, no, they didn't.
Oh.
They may as well, but no, they haven't.
Oh,
we
so
just
you
rewatched
went
the video.
Oh, my gosh. That's fun. I thought you were talking like a Netflix show.
No, it may as well be a documentary.
Well be, right.
Yeah. So we just watched that and like fell asleep.
Oh, that's funny.
Mm-hmm. And what?
James Charles. The thing I always think of is way back when I was on Twitter 100 years ago, when you were early on, maybe 2016, 2015 in Twitter era, somebody posted a picture, like someone took a picture of a girl at the beach, sunset hour, and it went viral because everyone was like, is that James Charles in the background doing a photo shoot? And if you blow up her picture, it was him in the water, like, posing while someone else was taking pictures.
No way.
It was the funniest thing I ever saw. And then there were so many accounts copying her picture plus his from that same photo shoot. And they're like, that's totally him.
Oh my God, I've never seen this.
Oh my God, it was priceless. And that's every time I hear James Charles, that's all I think of. And
really?
It just makes me laugh.
Oh my God, there's so much like to James Charles.
Yeah. Oh, I know. But there was that was way back when influencers being caught being influencers was still pretty new.
Yeah.
Now it's everywhere. You walk down the street and everyone's filming themselves doing everything.
Right.
But
oh, that's funny.
It was funny. I'll have to see if I can find it.
Yeah.
I will share it.
That's funny. That's really funny.
Anyway.
So yeah, we did that on Friday night. And then Saturday, I was at the beach all day. And then Rachel was talking about this really good steak salad. So we went to go get it. Katie and I.
Yeah.
$24 for a salad.
Oh, fabulous. Good steak, I hope?
Unfortunately, it was a fantastic salad. And I will have to get it again. But
where was it?
Circle Tavern in Avalon.
Oh, okay.
But $24 for a salad is so crazy.
That's the way it is.
Unfortunately, it is. And then we went to Whitebriar on Saturday night, and that was really fun. But I think it was really fun because I mastered the blowout with my hair. Oh. I used the shark.
Okay.
And I really nailed it, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I have to ask because my hair doesn't stay in any style that I try and put it in at the beach because it's just so humid and my hair is very porous. Your hair takes a curl very well. So yours it can curl too at the beach, but it stayed in how you put it.
It wasn't perfect. No, well, the humidity on Saturday wasn't the worst.
No,
so
it
that
was
played
a nice
good
weekend.
role.
It was a nice
but it definitely got frizzy. That's for sure.
Okay.
But also I have noticed that with my hair, when I take a shower and my hair is wet and then I go outside when it's humid out and let it dry outside while my hair is wet, my hair is awesome.
Really?
Yeah, I think the moisture helps it dry to a really great soft texture with really soft waves. It's really pretty.
Yeah, but okay.
But when I style it,
Right. Then,
it doesn't fall. No, it just gets frizzy.
Unless there's a way to totally seal the cuticle so that the outside moisture can't get in.
I definitely don't
just
straighten it.
work.
That's for sure.
Right.
If I straighten it, then it gets wavy. But if I curl it or do like this curly blowout,
it just does
good.
more of that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. So that was really good. That was really
Your
fun.
hair did look pretty. You had those pictures with Katie, right?
Yeah.
That was that night?
Yeah, that was
night.
nice. Thanks. And then after that, I drove to Matt's, slept there.
Right. Went to Ventnor.
In Ventnor. And then I was at his beach house for the rest of the weekend. Sunday was super chill. Just went for a walk and got coffee. Got a really good latte at Ventnor Coffee, which is just like a really fun coffee shop.
No jet ski?
No, not on Sunday. He went all day on Saturday.
Oh.
Yeah. And Sunday he built furniture because his mom ordered a bunch of furniture.
Oh, got
So he was building furniture, which was awesome for me because I just got to lounge on it.
Yeah,
once it was built. And then we
like
went
outdoor
out.
furniture, deck furniture?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah, like a new couch and stuff.
Oh, good.
Yeah. And then we went to Ventura's in Margate and I got a skinny spicy marg. It was delicious.
Okay.
Totally drunk off it. Like
one drink.
Yeah. Like I wasn't even a quarter of the way through it. And I was like, oh, I'm drunk. Like
being sober for 2 years will do that to you.
Yeah. Oh, and there was a 21st birthday at the bar and they were a mess. Like
I'll bet.
a mess. Like we were there at probably like 5:30 or 6 and
they'd probably been there all day.
Well, if not at that bar, they were definitely drinking all day.
Yeah.
And there was this one guy who couldn't even like stand, see, look, make a sentence. Like he was bad. And no one was taking him home. Like you have to send them on their way at some point because like other than that, like they're going to either throw up at the bar
right,
or they're going to fall and embarrass themselves. Like you got to be a friend.
Or hurt themselves. Yeah.
And like take them home.
Yeah.
And he was like a pretty big guy. Like he was tall. Like he was pretty, like he lost all control of himself.
Right.
And he kept bumping into our table and Matt was getting so mad because we ordered a buffalo pizza and he kept like bumping into the pizza and he's like, don't bump our pizza.
I could see Matt would get very possessive of his pizza.
Yeah, he was. He was like, this is good stuff too. It was pretty good.
That's funny.
Yeah, we just went home and like watched movies and then that was it. So it was a really fun weekend.
I bet he wasn't feeling that good the next day. Not Matt. The
no,
other
yeah,
kid.
the other guy. Probably not. Or he could be like dad and just never get a hangover because when we were 21, that happens.
Yeah. So unfair.
It is so unfair. Yeah, the magic of dad never getting a hangover.
Yeah, right.
But all in all, it was a really fun weekend for all of us.
It was very nice. And the weather was beautiful.
We have been so blessed. Like, I keep looking at the weather. I'm like, this is amazing. This is amazing. I just love it.
Yeah, for New Jersey, this is phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is the best weather we've had in 10 years, easy.
Yeah.
Like for a nice long stretch.
Yeah.
Of early summer.
Well, it rained all August, all May.
Yeah.
We deserve this.
Yeah. Agreed.
It's been awesome.
Anyway, okay.
What's your book rec?
Okay, my book this week.
When the Rain Ends.
Yes, it was coming to me
Sorry.
by Mary Ellen Taylor. I enjoyed it very much. It was a cute little story, not a spicy romance or anything like that, but it was a good book about mothers and daughters.
Sounds like us.
Yes, kind of fits in with this podcast. How mothers deal. The main character her mother passed away when she was young, and she had a 12-year-old daughter who had just lost her father. And they were divorced, but so they both were dealing with loss in some way and coming to terms with it. And it was very, very cute. I liked it a lot.
Good. What would you rate it star-wise?
I gave it a 4. I think 4.5. Like, it wasn't the perfect book. I don't know what I would have changed to make it the perfect book, but I enjoyed it a lot. It was a good little read.
We'll have it linked. We have all of the book recs always linked.
Yeah.
Remember last week I said my attention span is shot, so I got a physical book to see if that helps.
How is it working?
It is helping.
Okay.
Yeah, it's definitely helping. And I think it kind of also goes back to just like getting off of a screen feels nice.
Yes.
And I can also see the physical progress, which makes me motivated to keep going.
Okay. That's interesting.
So that's nice. Even though I do have the percentages on Kindle, it's different for some reason. But yeah, it's been helping. So I'm reading The 4 Winds by Kristen Hanna.
That helps too. That's a good book.
It's a great book. Yeah, it's really great.
How far into it are you?
Like 100 or so pages in.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's that, like a quarter?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, about a quarter of the way in.
Okay.
Yeah. So maybe next week I'll be halfway or hopefully done. I don't know.
Yeah, good.
And I also started reading Rich Dad Poor Dad because Rachel suggested that from Manifest.
Yeah.
So I started reading that,
Yeah,
and
I've
I
read
really
that.
like
That's
it so
good.
far.
Yeah, that's an interesting book too.
Yeah.
There's another one called The Millionaire Next Door.
Yeah. So, well, as soon as you post a finance book, you get
A
everyone,
million comments,
which is great. Like I'm enjoying it, but that one's been really
yeah
recommended. Everyone's saying after I read this one, read that one.
Agreed. I would concur. Do that too.
So I'll probably do that.
Those should both probably just. I mean, did Rachel say that's like should be required reading for everybody?
No,
Okay.
but you can say that.
Yeah, I think you should.
Yeah,
Everyone should have a couple financial books in their repertoire. Yeah, I would say both of those are good ones to read.
Yeah, I'm really liking it.
Good.
And it's kind of funny. Like he makes like, I mean, I'm literally on like the first like 10 pages, but he was talking about like this little business that he started, and the way he was talking about it was just funny the way he was talking about it. His mom was like gonna shut it down. He was like 7.
Right.
And she was like, okay, fine, you have until Friday. And he goes, we had a new extension date. Like it was just funny. It was just really funny.
Right.
Anyway. Okay. Your For You page.
Oh yeah. I found a neat video on I'm going to need notes for this. Came across my For You page. It was a girl who was talking about hobbies and how she breaks down hobbies. Her name was Jessica, but her username wasn't anything really special. So
But we'll link it because you sent it to me.
So okay.
I'll put it in the show notes.
Okay. Thank you. Where she talks about hobbies, and the way she approached it was very cool. Like she said, hobbies should be broken up into 3 different categories. And the way she broke it up was health, mind, and hands. So health would be something physical, walking, hiking, running, pickleball, etc.
Yeah.
Mind would be reading, journaling, writing, something creative like in your mind. And then hands is something physical that you do, whether it's pottery or needlework or cooking or baking or things like that. And I was like, I think that is a great suggestion.
I agree.
Of ways to, it's easy to say, what do I enjoy doing? Okay, but if you can categorize it more and break it down and say, wait, if I do have spare time, what do I really want to do with it? And yeah, you'd be like something to benefit my health, something for my mind, something for my hands to keep me busy. Like I thought that was a great way to break it down.
Yeah.
So it's very easy to get mired and have the idea of creating a hobby turn into a whole new stress for you, which is completely against the point. But I really enjoyed the way she did that.
Yeah.
So that's all I'm saying.
What are your 3? I feel like because you have all 3.
Yeah. Walking would be my health one. Cooking or baking would be my hands one. And reading would be my mind one. So, yeah, I have one from each of her categories. So I feel fulfilled.
You are fulfilled.
Thank you, Jessica.
Yay. Thanks, Jessica.
Anyway, yes, it was really cute. I enjoyed that TikTok. It just popped up. And then, of course, once you read it, then I start getting all these other TikToks about hobbies and stuff. Because once you engage with one, that's it. So, yeah, I'm now getting a lot of TikToks about hobbies on my For You page. So
that must be nice. Are you getting any ideas?
I think I actually sent you another video. Or maybe I sent it to Maddie, but no more ideas. But it's just, once you engage with one, then you're going to get 100 more. So.
Come one, come all. That's Taylor Swift's How Did It End?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Anything Taylor Swift related that falls on you. I don't know those. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Let's talk about the recipe this week because it is really good.
Okay.
Take it away.
Well, Ross is on a low carb kick. So he has not been eating processed carbs for a while because he's trying to reduce inflammation in his body.
Which makes no sense because the man drinks like
a
fish.
But he still drinks alcohol like it's going out of style. So, but God forbid we introduce that logic into the discussion because he doesn't buy that logic. So, but he won't eat a bowl of pasta. So we come up with...
Huberman is going to hate that.
Yeah, I know. Okay, well, I'm sure when he listens, he'll let us know. Right?
Huberman, call us.
That's right. We'd love your feedback. So, yeah. Anyway, so any good pasta recipes that we have, we've been converting to spaghetti squash. Like, we'll eat it over spaghetti squash, which is very good.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, cut it in half, roast it, and then it just shreds right out of the shell.
You can also do this with regular spaghetti
Of
as
course
well.
you can, yes.
But we're just
doing
showing it with spaghetti squash.
Correct. And so what we're doing is a traditional Bolognese meat sauce. And it's one that has like very little extra products in it. Like it's a real good traditional Bolognese. So it's a nice hearty meaty sauce.
It's so good.
It's not exactly a summery recipe, but it's just so damn good.
There's something about the spaghetti squash that makes it summery though.
True. And I do like the fact, like
it's
if
a good Sunday dinner at the
it's
Jersey
very
Shore.
good, very good. With a nice big salad and some garlic bread, which he won't eat, but we will. Yeah,
we will.
Yeah, we will. We'll do that. So yes, that's our meal this week: spaghetti squash bolognese.
And wasn't it like you've always made bolognese, but this recipe that we're doing, you switched a few things, and it was like the best. What did you switch?
Yeah, I went for a really traditional one. I found it on the internet. I didn't make this up or anything. What we've done in the past, we always do just like a meat sauce, like a tomato sauce, but with meat in it. This bolognese is you do the meat first, and then it's mostly milk is what creates the liquid. And you put in the rind of the Parmesan cheese, just the rind in there to let it cook with it. And you let it cook uncovered for a while, let it cook all the way down. So you're getting rid of all the liquids and you are down to just the really richness of the meat. So it's delicious.
It was so good.
It's definitely one that you need a couple hours to simmer it. So it really does take some time.
But your house will smell amazing.
Yeah, the house smells amazing. And this is kind of one of those other recipes that you figure out over your lifetime. Like you always think, oh, cover it and let it simmer. No, uncover it and let it simmer. Because then if you cover it, you trap all the steam and water gets back into it and dilutes whatever you're cooking. So if you're simmering something uncovered, you're really developing the richness of the flavors.
So when should I cover versus uncover something?
I guess it obviously depends on what you're making.
All right, if I'm making a stir fry.
Well, a stir fry you wouldn't want to cover anyway.
Okay, so there's my answer.
Yeah, otherwise everything will get soggy in there.
There's my answer.
Yeah. Stir fry you want hot and quick to keep the flavors fresh.
Okay.
Yeah. Soup you can cover, and then I would say maybe 30, 40 minutes before you're going to serve it, take the lid off, and let it simmer uncovered. So you cook off a little of the extra water that's accumulated.
Okay.
Anyway.
This makes me really hungry. I can't wait to have dinner.
Yeah, it is dinner
We're
time.
recording it pretty late today.
Yeah.
All right. Oh my God, this is funny why I called you today. So I got my golf cart back, which I think we talked about briefly, that like my golf cart was away for a little bit.
It was being repaired, yeah.
It's being repaired. It ended up just being the charger that was the issue. So we got a new charger, all good. It's back and better than ever, and I'm obsessed with that thing. So today, I'm driving the Stride golf cart, and long story short, get pulled over by a cop in front of Stride.
Like right in front of your studio.
Right in front of the studio. And I was so embarrassed. Essentially, I got pulled over because my registration was expired, so I just have to like renew it, and then I'll be good to go. But
you're lucky he let you go.
Why should I have gotten a ticket?
Yeah, he could have given you a ticket.
Oh, well, yeah, I didn't get a ticket.
It's Sea Isle.
It was actually Avalon.
Oh, I'm definitely surprised he let you go.
Oh, really? He was like 21.
I'm sure that's true.
Yeah. So he pulled me over, and I was so mortified. So I was literally at 31st Street. So I was turning left anyway to pull into the parking lot.
Yeah.
And that's when his lights came on, and I was like, I know exactly why he's like, because why else would I be pulled over?
Right.
You know, it's not like I can't go over the speed limit.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
So I was like, I know this is why, because I didn't do it this year. Like, I know I didn't do it this year. And I didn't think I had my license on me. Like, I normally drive with nothing when I take the golf cart out.
Right.
So I get pulled over, and he goes, do you have your license? I said, I honestly don't know. Like, let me look. Thank God I had it. I gave it to him, and he goes, yeah, your registration's expired. I was like, oh, thanks, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And then he goes, yeah, just like update it. I was like, okay. And then whatever, I was sent on my way. I go into the studio to drop off a few things, which is why I was over there in the first place. And Abby, who I was pickleballing with last night. So in Avalon, everyone faces the window.
Right.
So when I walk in, she goes, we all saw.
Oh, That's so
No,
funny.
it's so mortifying. Like this Stride golf cart gets pulled over in front of Stride. Are you
That's
kidding me?
funny.
It was so
That's
wild.
all right.
Yeah, it was fine. So I called you to tell you that I have to renew my registration.
Right. And then as soon as I got here, you're like, can you do it for me? I'm like, just
seriously,
do
can
it.
you do it? And then I have to like renew my insurance. And I'm like, Dad, can you do it? He goes, no. I'm like,
Yeah, just do it.
I'm trying, but like the insurance company won't call me back and I can't renew my registration without my up-to-date insurance company. I guess I'm also driving uninsured.
Correct.
Which is another thing. He said, do you have your old registration on you and your insurance? And I knew that my insurance was also out of date. So I said, I don't at the back of my house in Seattle. I'm so sorry.
Okay. Smart move, probably. If
So
the cops
anyway.
are watching, sorry.
Yeah, no, if the
It's
cops are
gonna be
watching,
all
this is
fixed
all
by
alleged.
tomorrow.
This is all fake.
That's right.
Anyway, so yeah, I got pulled over.
Yeah, that's fun.
So fun. And then Maddie called you because
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe TMI. She had apparently got awful cramps. And she's like, Mom, how much ibuprofen is too much? Like, am I going to kill myself? I took 800 milligrams of ibuprofen at 3 a.m. and now it was 3 p.m. She's like, can I take more? I said, first of all, yes, 800 is too much.
way too much.
Max would be like 600.
Which is 3
That's
tabs.
3 tablets. Yeah. So I said, max is 3 tablets every 6 hours. And she's like, oh, oops.
It's giving the same energy as was the sauce cooked that I just ate.
Correct. Yeah, I've already done this. Am I dying now? Yeah. Okay. Yep. So yeah, just about. And she could have gotten that information from reading the back of the pill bottle, but
you
she
know best.
called me anyway.
Yeah, of course.
Of course.
Of course.
That's how it works.
So we have a few questions. We actually have no topic this week
Yeah.
because we've just been chatterboxes and like our last episode was an
And
hour and 40 minutes.
Yeah. So we're just going to go where the questions
Where
lead
the
us.
wind takes us.
Yes. And we're just going to talk.
Yeah. Okay. So the first question, and we asked these on the Let Me Call My Mom pod. So if you guys want to be featured, follow us on Instagram.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we post sometimes, like normally on Tuesdays, but we've been posting on Mondays, whatever.
Yeah.
Just follow us.
It's on a story though. You got to catch it.
You got to catch it all the
But
time.
anyway. Okay.
What job did Karen envision Tori doing when she was growing up?
Yeah. I mean, when Tori was younger, like 6, 7, 8 years old, we were convinced you were going to be an attorney because you could argue your way out of anything.
Still can.
True.
When I did debate in 9th grade, I was so good at it that everyone, like whenever we did debate, if I was on your team, everyone knew that they were going to win. And I was always the rebuttal because I shut everyone down.
Yeah.
I was so good at it.
Daddy and I kept saying, like, from when you were early, right, this kid has to be an attorney. Like, this is ridiculous. The way that you could argue. And I would say, the sky is blue. And you'd be like, I don't see it that way. Not at all. You could argue anything. And you did. You argued everything.
Which is funny because now I'm not a confrontational person at all.
No, it was never about confrontation. You never did it in a mean way. You were just always like,
Pondering.
that isn't at all how I see that. Let me tell you my side of the story. I mean, it was just always, you were incredibly convincing. So we thought she was going to be an attorney. Then you hit your YouTube era in like when you were 12, 13, 14, and you wanted nothing more than to be a makeup artist.
Well, I first wanted to be a hairdresser. Well, actually, if you asked me in kindergarten, I wanted to be a crossing guard.
That's true. And then didn't you get a thing? Was it you or Maddie when you take the college things and someone said you should be a trash man?
That was me.
That was trash man?
Yeah. So I should be a trash man.
Okay. Well, I'm so glad school did so well for you. Set you up in the sanitation arts. But whatever. Crossing guard. Yes, hairstylist. Which was great. And then I remember you talking to Grandpa about it, my dad, and you would tell him about that. I want to be a hairstylist. And he was Mr. Businessman, so he was
Mr. Rich Dad, Poor Dad.
correct. Yeah. So he would sit you down and he would think about it long and hard. That's fantastic, Tori. I'm glad you really like that. He said, but let's do a spreadsheet and let's figure out how being an operator in a hair salon compares to being the owner of a hair salon. So like from age, 10, 12 years old, he had you doing spreadsheets to figure out why it was better to be the owner of the salon. Not better, but business-wise, because he's a business dude.
Yeah.
So he set you down that entrepreneurial path
I
pretty
had
early
no
on.
chance of doing anything other than
Right.
owning.
So even in high school then, when you were like, I want to train to be a spin instructor, which you were doing in high school.
Oh, no, I was doing it after college.
Were you?
Mm.
Was he around then? He was gone.
No, he died in April 2017. And I taught my first class March 2017.
Okay, so he knew you were training.
Yeah, he knew.
Okay. But it still followed suit. Like, it's great that you want to be a spin instructor, but all those, memories of here's the instructor versus the studio owner compared to hairstylist plus salon owner. So it kind of played right into the path that you ended up taking.
Yeah.
So,
but you and Dad were always chill. Like, you guys always let us do whatever we wanted. Like, you guys never pushed on us like, you should do this, you should do that.
That's correct. And I don't know if that was the right thing to do or not. I think you guys have turned out great. Like,
I would agree. But you have to say that.
Well, I do, but I think it's true.
No, I would agree. Yeah,
no, I think you guys, I think you're happier when you're doing what you want to do.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
And I remember when you guys were in high school, some of your friends' parents that we were friends with or friendly with, just acquaintances, some of them, but they would say, oh, well, so-and-so's majoring in this because that's going to set her up for the best career path. And I'm like, well, what does she want to do? And they were like, no, we're paying for college. So
really? Oh,
this is what they're doing. And I'm like,
oh, that's so interesting.
That never crossed my mind ever,
Yeah.
And maybe because I had the opposite, it was like I wanted to be an architect. I wanted to go to architecture school, and I was strongly dissuaded from that. And
by your parents,
by my parents, and I didn't do it. They weren't doing anything malicious. I think, I don't know. I think my dad just didn't think that was feminine enough or something. I don't know.
You would have been a great architect.
I would have been.
You've designed all the studios my mom's designed architecturally.
We used to design all your hair studios.
All the hair
remember?
Studios, yeah. You designed our kitchen, the old kitchen.
Yep, the kitchen.
You designed
bunch of people's basements.
Yeah.
Yeah, for a lot of people, I got paid in wine.
Perfect.
That's fine. It worked out fine. But anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that. It would have been fun to do that for a career. And I know you guys have told me for 10 years, you can still go back and do it. I'm like, I don't want to do that. But
You're
anyway,
over it.
Yeah, I'm over it. I'm good. It's a hobby.
Yeah.
And that's fine.
Yeah, and it's a good one. Okay, how often are you supposed to wash your bras?
That was a funny question when it came across. And I think it varies. Like, and I don't know if that's something I ever talked to you guys about specifically. I think you live in sports bras, though.
Yeah, I don't wear like traditional bras very often.
Right. So, yeah. I mean, 2-3 wearings tops and throw it in the wash.
How often do you wash your jeans?
Same. Twice, maybe.
Yeah, I don't like washing jeans a ton because I feel like they get worse with every wash.
Yeah, and I like them better after I've worn them once.
Me too.
Yeah, I mean, I washing them after every wear for me would be like, now I never like my jeans.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but after 2 or 3, after
they
3, they need a wash, but B, then they're all, you got your knee holes, like they're all saggy, and it's like, nope, time to tighten them up again.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah, denim is kind of the same.
Yeah.
But a bra is personal. It depends on how much you sweat and all that sort of stuff. And, yeah, between switching in and out from down here between sports bras and real bras and bathing suit tops and whatever, it's like I lose track.
Yeah.
Anyway, but, yeah, I would say 2 to 3 wearings and then in the wash.
In the wash it goes.
And I put mine in the dryer.
Oh, you do?
A lot of people don't.
I don't.
I think if they have underwires, putting them and pat, depending, like Victoria's Secret's going to tell you don't put anything in the dryer.
Right.
I don't.
So
have
does
any of those in there.
Lululemon, but I still put everything.
Yeah,
in the dryer.
I put everything in the dryer too. And I freaking hate sports bras with the removable pads.
Yeah, it's so annoying.
How do the pads end up coming out of the damn sports bras out of a hole that big?
It's really annoying.
Or they get folded up in fourths.
I know. It's like the bane of my existence.
Oh my God, me too.
It's really annoying.
And I don't know why. I'm a smart person. I don't know why I haven't, every time I get a new one, just sew a little tack in each corner so they don't freaking move.
That's a good idea.
But now that they've been through the wash and they're all folded and you have a crease now right across the middle of your boob,
Well, I just ordered a ton
So
today, so maybe when they come in, you can do that for me.
And I'll teach you how to do it.
Oh
So you can do it for yourself.
my God. I just have to do so much work to be alive. Do you have any advice for long-term relationships or marriage?
Well, let's see. I don't have advice per se, but Ross and I have been married 30 years. It'll be 30 years in October. Been together 32 years. So that's some long-term
It's a long time.
relationship. Yeah. And I will say we had a lot of people ask us over the years, like, you guys are so easy. Like, your relationship seems so easy. You guys are clearly good friends. How do you make it work? And the thing early on that we never did was we never kept score.
Yeah, that's what Dad will say if you ask him.
Yeah, I think so too. There's just no such thing as keeping score in a relationship. You can't be like, oh, well, you went out twice last week, so I get to go out twice this week.
Right, it's not tit for tat.
Or you spent 5 hours on the golf course, therefore I get to go 5 hours for blah, blah, blah.
Right.
No, if you're annoyed that he's spending 5 hours on the golf course, then you have a conversation and you say, do you realize that the 5 hours that you spend on the golf course is weekend time? That's 5 hours of our time together that you're sacrificing for someone else, like for your friends instead of for me. And we had that conversation kind of early on. I was like, if you want to go golfing, take time out of your work week. Give away your work time instead, because he was self-employed.
Right.
So I was like, give up on that. And he said, well, I can't do that. And I said, then what makes you think you can give up my time?
Right.
That's not fair. You need to ask me about that. And he was like, you're right. I apologize. I never saw it that way. So, but it was, we had only been married 6 months when we had that conversation. So that's one of those things. Don't let it fester.
And he was open to it?
Very. And then he started making time in his work week. He's like, if I'm going to golf, I'll go out at 3:00 on a Thursday or whatever. He's like, I might be home late for dinner, but what do you want to do on Saturday? Now I have all Saturday for you. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and then once we had kids, everything was different, of course. But it was when we were just the two of us. I was like, you're giving up time with me, and that's not fair. So anyway, don't keep score, number one. Two, when you have like that, if you need to have a conversation about something that you don't think is equitable, have the conversation. Don't just let it fester, because then it just gets under your skin and it's horrible.
That's great advice.
Thanks.
Anything else?
I don't know. Be best friends. Continue to date.
Yeah.
Your whole relationship, you have to date all the time.
You just go on dates, yeah.
Yeah. You have to make time for him and he has to make time for you. You have to prioritize each other. That's all I got. And
I love it.
It works.
Last question. How do you choose a maid of honor?
Oh.
I don't have a sister, and I have 2 friends that are equally perfect for it. Okay, so this is what I would recommend.
Okay, go.
I'm seeing a lot of people nowadays actually having 2 maids of honors. Like, it's very common nowadays. So option 1, if one is married and one is not, you could have a matron of honor and a maid of honor.
Okay.
So that's one option. Second option is to have co-maid of honors, which also helps take the burden off the maid of honor, because then they have someone to do it with. Because the maid of honor is
It is a lot of responsibility.
Yeah. Have you ever been a maid of honor?
No, not a maid of honor. I've been in several weddings.
Yeah. I've also never been a maid of honor.
And I think things are getting even more. There's so much now.
Yeah, there's really a lot.
The showers are big trips, and there's a lot that goes into these things.
When I get married, I have Maddie, but I feel like it's going to be a lot for Maddie. So I was thinking of doing
2,500 miles away.
Right. So I was thinking of doing like Maddie and a friend.
Yeah.
Because it just makes it easier on
both
people.
Right. Or for the I don't know what's right or wrong.
But I also don't know if I was going to do bridesmaids, if I'm being totally honest.
Okay.
Anyway, keep going.
No, what I was going to say is I think if you were going to have a maid of honor for the ceremony, like the one person that's going to stand up there next to you, hold your bouquet, do the ceremonial stuff, that's great. But if you had an additional maid of honor for the shower, like to be in charge of this or to be in charge of that, like you only have one person for the ceremony, and that's like the shortest part of the whole thing.
True.
Do you know what I mean? And it's someone to walk in with the best man for the dance thing at the reception. But other than that, there's so many duties that can be spread out among so many people.
True.
Like it's almost as if your whole bridal party is the of honor.
And it's also like if you do have two people that you are deciding between maid of honor, I think you should offer it to both of them. If they both say yes, great, then you have co-maid of honors. But one of them could say no because of all the duties, and it's very expensive to be in a wedding.
Yeah,
like
finances.
It's a few $1,000s immediately out of their pocket.
Yeah.
And if they're not in a position to afford that, that could dwindle it down to just one maid of honor.
Yeah.
So I think offer it to both. If they both say yes, fantastic. And if
then you figure out a way to split up the duties.
Yeah. Then you just have two.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's a bad thing at all.
No, and it shouldn't be. Like it.
Right. It's your wedding.
Correct.
It's about you.
It's your wedding, and it should be literally an honor for them to serve for you as part of your wedding party.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I think that's good advice, Tori.
Thanks, Mom.
You're welcome.
That's all we got.
That's all we got.
That's all we got.
I do remember. Wait, I'm going back when we got married. When Daddy and I got married, I did ask one of my friends who lived we were in Pennsylvania. She was in Colorado at the time. I was like, hey, would you be interested in being in my bridal party? And she actually said, she's like, no, I can't commit to it because it's too far. It's too much. So she wasn't. And it was like, at the time I was hurt as the bride. I was like, oh, you're one of my oldest friends. You're not doing this for me, whatever. But the more I thought about it, I'm like, oh, that makes total sense. Like it's a lot of work.
It's a lot.
Yeah. So
who was your maid of honor?
Laura, matron of honor.
Matron of honor.
Yeah.
Who's hers? Her sister?
Susan, her sister.
That makes sense.
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's it.
That's it. We're at an hour.
Oh, good. That's a more reasonable. That's a more reasonable episode.
Every single time we end, my mom always goes, "Did we talk too much?" I'm like, "It's a podcast."
Yeah. No, I felt okay this time.
Okay, good.
This felt good.
And I'm really hungry, so like, I hope dinner's
it's time
done.
for dinner.
I hope it's done.
I haven't heard him. He's out. He must be out there busy. If he ever made it home from the grocery store again.
Well, Frankie isn't bothering us, so I think he's home.
Yeah, he must have kept him busy.
Yeah, he lost the key at the grocery store. So then he went to go pick it up. For the golf cart. Yeah, for the golf cart. So then he went to go pick it up. And while he was on, we were like, wait, actually, hang on. We sent him with the whole grocery list.
That's right. While you're there.
Yeah, funny.
Get our supplies.
All right, guys. Well, be sure to follow us. I was going to say like and subscribe. That's YouTube. Follow us on Spotify, subscribe to us on YouTube, share this with a friend, share it on your story. It helps the show grow so much. Follow us on Instagram at Let Me Call My Mom Pod. Rate us 5 stars. Anything else?
No, we're still working on Apple.
Oh, yeah. Honestly,
we did get a message about that on Instagram. I'm sorry. We're still working on Apple. They're so unreasonable.
No, they really, really are, you guys. And I also have a lot on my plate, okay? Like, I'm kind of busy. And it's on 2 platforms right now.
Right.
I will get it on more, but you just have to bear with me, please.
Yeah. Sorry.
Dear Media, call us because, like, we'll sign.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Okay.
All right. Bye.
Bye.